Hey guys, welcome to tonight's video. My boy Mitchell Gordy from North Carolina is here to talk about the
Up,
Equip
guys?
Expo and his big event that he's doing, the seventh annual meetup that he's doing. So without further ado, welcome back to the program, Mitchell.
I'm excited to be here, Paul. It's always a pleasure and a blessing to be on your show. And you're doing big things. I'm proud of you, man. And I'm happy to call you friend. So thanks for having me.
Yes, so you have a very demanding schedule because you do dual careers. You have your outdoor service company that most folks that listen to my podcast know you from, but you also have a career as a state trooper with a
Yes, sir.
promotion
Yep.
this past year. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So it takes a lot of intentionality and planning for you to leave North Carolina for a week to go to Kentucky. So why do you prioritize making this an annual trip to go to Louisville every year?
There's many reasons why I take the trek to Equip every year, and I'm not going to put them in any kind of order or prioritize or anything like that. But I love seeing friends that I've made in the industry from being on social media. So I love being able to catch up with folks. It's great to be at what I consider like the number one exposition for the green industry, seeing new equipment that's coming out, leading from leading manufacturers, new types of tools that are out to make jobs easier for folks, and the classes and stuff that people can take. So I don't remember who said it, but there was a saying about Equip that really hit home with me. Equip is one of those shows that you can go to, being a small business owner, entrepreneur, or big business owner, and you can see new equipment, test new equipment, and learn how to use that equipment to make money for your business. And I don't know that there's another show that does everything like that, just to make you a more well-rounded business owner. But it's a juggle trying to find the time to go up there for 4 days, but it's a priority to me. So I love seeing the equipment, making new friends. It's just a big old social hour for me, and I love it. So I really look forward to it.
You've been attending for so many years now. What are you looking forward to the most for this year, 2025 show? What's the one thing you're like, I'm really looking forward to that?
Um, and again, it's really catching up with friends in the industry that I only get to see one time a year, face to face. But if I had to pick like a piece of equipment or a brand or a manufacturer, I really don't know because it's hard to pinpoint because they all pull out the stops. It's a place where they unveil lots of new machines, lots of new lawnmowers and skid steers and things like that. But I'm interested probably just to see what what's the newest, latest, greatest from the mower manufacturers. That's probably it.
Okay. And then for your seventh annual meetup, before we talk about year seven, let's go back to year one. How did this all get started?
Great question, Paul. So in 2017, that was the first year that I went to the then GIE Plus Expo, now Equip Expo. But in 2017, myself and buddy of mine, Tyler Dixon, decided, to go to this show. I honestly didn't even know the show existed. Crazy enough, but Tyler mentioned it to me, brought it up to me. Hey, there's this show in Kentucky every year. Would you want to go? So he started telling me more about it. Did a little bit of research on it. Seemed like a really, really cool thing to go to. So we made it happen. Again, that was 2017. We get there the night before the show, and we need a place to eat. We just drove 7, 8 hours to Louisville from North Carolina, and we needed a restaurant to eat at. So like anybody, we get on our cell phone, like, start searching best places to eat in Louisville. And I think, top couple selections, we stumbled upon Merle's Whiskey Kitchen. And their claim to fame was this world famous fried chicken that they had. And being from one of the southern states, we fancy ourselves some fried chicken around here. So I was like, man, we gotta try this place out. When in Rome. So Tyler and I went in 2017. It was just he and I, and then food was delicious. The restaurant's super cool. Just the atmosphere of it all. 2018, we went back and we told some friends we were going to go. And I don't remember how many showed up in 2018, but it was more than we told. Like if we told 5 people, I don't know, 15 people showed up, 20 people showed up. And then 2019, probably double or triple showed up. And then we knew, hey man, we're kind of onto something. There was really nothing filling that void the night before the show. So uh, the rally that Naylor does every year was already kicking off and already getting bigger, but that was during the show Thursday night, which it still is today. But there was nothing pre-show, nothing filling that void. So we just started doing this this event. We started posting it on social media. Hey, night before the show, which was Wednesday at the time. Now it's Tuesday, but and it just kept growing. It kept growing. It kept growing to where, fast forward, this is going to be the 7th annual meet and greet, which is crazy to believe. And it gets a little bit bigger every year to now where, in the time period that we're there, which is only about 3 hours, there's well over 100 people that shows up. And that's insane, Paul. It's really insane. But I've got our friends at Jobber. They're going to be helping out. They're helping us rent the space. So we've got a complete whole half of the restaurant reserved just for our get together. Jobbers made that possible. The first 100 people that show up are going to be able to have a delicious meal that's provided by Merle's Whiskey Kitchen. They're also going to get a ticket for an adult beverage. So you got to be 21 and up for that. And the only really, requirement is to get in. You have to prove that you're a registered attendee for the Equip Expo. So you have to either have one, already got to have your show badge, with the lanyard. Well, you don't have to have a lanyard, but you need to go ahead and have your show badge, or be able to show proof of registration, either, by confirmation, email, something with a QR code on it that shows that you are an attendee. And before you ask, Paul, it's going to be Tuesday, October 21st from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. I know that is a weird time frame. However, the Equip Expo puts on their welcome reception, and we didn't want to compete for that. So folks that still want to come and hang out at the Merle's Whiskey Kitchen meet and greet can do that between 3 and 6 p.m. and then still have time to get over to the welcome reception put on by Equip.
Okay. So in summary, this year, it used to be on Wednesday, and you guys also kind of started a trend because people are coming into Louisville earlier and earlier and earlier, and it used not to be that way. So I think this a lot of people come in on Tuesday now and then go to your meetup and enjoy the full week. I know that's my plan, is to actually come in on Sunday.
Wow, good for you.
Because Naylor is doing his LCR summit on Monday and Tuesday at the Galt House, which is a very short walk to Merle's.
Yep.
Although I'm a Mitchell, I'm getting soft down here in Florida, man. It's like 90 and sunny every day, and so that'll be my first chilly weather experience going all the way up to Louisville after being. I mean, Florida weather is incredible. It's
bring your bring toboggan and parka and all that stuff, your long johns and all that.
Yeah, so
you're gonna need it.
I got to toughen up. But by the way, if you leave a comment, let us know where you're watching from. We got people watching on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We'll give you a shout out. But Tuesday, October 21st, starting at 3:00 in the afternoon, Earl's Whiskey Kitchen. You must prove that you have your Equip Expo badge, which a lot of the hotels have kiosks all over the place where you can print those out conveniently. And then the first 100 people are going to get food. Now, I saw somewhere where you were promoting this, you said there's a new menu, but I thought last year was really good. Why switch it up when you already had good food?
So Merle's only offers 2 options for these larger catered events. You don't get to select from their menu for various reasons. It just slows down the kitchen if they're having to make a ton of different stuff for 100 people at once. So they give you a choice, and for, I believe, Paul, it was the last 2, maybe even 3 years that Jobber has been helping us out to provide this venue space for the get together. We have selected the taco bar option, and it is good. Not gonna lie, I could do it every year. However, I didn't want the the food to get stale. Meaning, every year the same folks show up. Oh, it's the taco bar again. Now, granted, there's a year in between these dinners, this get together. But I just wanted to change it up. So Merle's is known for their fried chicken. So we're stepping it up this year, spending the extra money because it is a more expensive option for the menu that we're having this year. And I'll go ahead and read it right now, just so you know. I got my little printout in front of me. It's going to be chicken quarters, tenders with macaroni and cheese, green beans, cornbread, and then all kinds of different dipping sauces and stuff like that. But it's a more premium option. But I can't say their name enough. But it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Jobber stepping in. They've been great friends of ours for many years, but they're making that possible. But that's why I wanted to change it up, man, just try something new and give some folks that they're excuse me, there are repeat folks that come back every year that look forward to it. I've got a small niche group that has come all 7 times. So this is for them too, just to change it up and spice it up for the folks that come every single year.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And the food was good last year. The last 2 years, I thought the taco bar was delicious. But I'll try them chicken tenders and mac and cheese. You and him be proud of me, Mitchell. I don't know if you can see, but I've been working out.
You look studly, man. You look studly.
Mitchell and his woman, they are very fit people. So
we try to stay in shape. Yeah.
I don't know if this is Hannah approved of the mac and cheese and fried chicken isn't quite the bodybuilding recipe.
Hey, don't let her fool you. So I don't know. She can probably hear us. She's just downstairs, so I'm sure she can hear us. But no, don't let that woman fool you. She can eat.
Yeah. Well, who's coming with you is Lamont Hairston driving with you this year? He says you only let him pee like one time, and he tells us about your adventures.
Yeah, so I think that was a one and done, Paul. So, but Lamont is coming, so he has confirmed he will be there. So my good buddy Lamont Hairston from Hairston Property Management, he's going to be at the show. But he rode with me not last year, but 2023, and yeah, we stopped if he needed to go to the bathroom, but I think which was not often. I want to go ahead and get there. I spent an entire day in a car, so it's nothing for me, driving many hours. But he rode me that one year and hasn't rode with me since, and it's because of like a hip or a back issue, so he can't sit that long, and a flight to Louisville is much quicker. So sitting in a vehicle for multiple hours puts him in some pain. So, but yeah, he'll be there, and I know you'll be looking forward to seeing his smiling face.
Oh yeah, he's in the history of our podcast, we have over 1,500 episodes, and the funniest moments come from Lamont. I mean, in your shop, he talked about the Snatch Man. That was pretty funny.
What's your name? You call him Pookie, don't you?
Pookie, yeah.
Yeah, Pookie. He's just a good dude, man. He's a genuine, nice guy. We love him, and we're thankful that we live close to him and Brandy, his wife. So they're just good, down to earth people.
And how many hours of a drive is that for you?
It's 7.5 hours. Yep, give or take. If I stopped like normal people did, it would probably be 8 hours, but I normally get there in about 7.
So you'll stop one time in 7 hours?
Yeah, I'll stop for fuel and I'll keep rolling.
Okay. So you'll start with the full tank.
Yep.
You'll go. I mean, Lamont was telling me how efficient you are and how you don't get a bathroom break with Mitchell behind the wheel.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta get, like, when I take that fuel break, you got to get it in.
Okay, so you pump the fuel. Do you use a quick restroom break yourself at the fuel break?
Yeah, but it's quick, man. Yeah, the car don't get time to cool off.
Okay. And then give a basic instruction to people how to drive, because down here in Florida, you would go crazy. I mean, it's like there's older age demographic, and they just hang out in the left lane, and they have like old school vehicles too, and they're driving all slow. And I'm just like, what's the protocol when you're on the highway? How should we be driving out there?
So there's no written rule on that. That's just like a wives' tale, if you will, or hearsay, But a given rule, most people assume, or that the 2-lane highway, 3-lane highway, whatever, that the far left lane is a quote passing lane, and if you're just cruising along, whatever, then you should be in the right lane. But there's no like rules or laws on that unless you see signs that designate you know, bus lane, or what are those, we don't have too many of them around here, like the HOV lanes,
Right, right.
high occupancy vehicle lanes. I think there are probably a lot around Atlanta and Georgia, but we don't have too many of them around here. But unless there's anything like designating the lanes, I mean, you do whatever, but that's the unwritten rule, I said passing lane, not like the hall butt lane.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're
Not to be
driving,
confused with like go fast lane. It's not the Autobahn.
right. But when you are going from North Carolina to Louisville, you drive in the right lane most of it, and then you'll pass the one in the left lane, or you're
So
which way are you
me being, a state trooper, we drive in the left lane all the time.
doing? Okay.
As an officer, it's just what we do. It's kind of ingrained in us, and it's tough for me not to. But I normally ride in the left lane, but I'm also not just, putting around
Right.
below the speed limit.
Right. I got you. I appreciate the insights on that. There'll be people attending Equip this year, Mitchell, for the very first time. What would you like to go back and tell the 2017 Mitchell Gordy? Like, hey, here's some tips for how you can make this experience year one in Louisville the best.
100%. So if you're a new, or I'm sorry, if you're like a first timer, never been before, the exposition center is ginormous. I mean, huge. And they open up more sections every single year. So in 2017, almost 10 years ago, the 8 years ago, almost 10, the show was massive. It's even bigger now. They've opened up a whole new entire wing of the exposition center, and it's going to be even bigger this year than it was last year. So first timer, plan what you want to see. Back up before anything, download the Equip Expo app. There's a free app. It's got a map on there where all the vendors are, manufacturers, everything. You can go old school pen and paper and write stuff, or you can use that app to schedule or make a list of where you want to go. But I would make a list of maybe 10, 15, 20 things that are like a priority. Like these are spots that I really want to see over everything else. So plan your high spots, plan your priorities, because I promise you, the expo is so big, there's so much to do, that if you don't go with a plan and you just walk in like you're at the grocery store and just trying to go up and down every aisle, you're not going to see it all. You're going to miss a ton, and it's way too overwhelming. Then once you hit your high spots, you hit the places that you want to go, then you can backfill with some other stuff, or hey, I remember when we were in this section of the building, we saw this, and go check that out. So definitely have a plan. The outdoor demo area, I believe, opens up first thing Thursday. So the show starts on Wednesday. First thing Thursday morning, the demo yard outside opens up. If I were you, if you're coming to every single day, Thursday morning, if you want to go to the demo yard and demo stuff, get out there bright and early. Be some of the first people to get out there, because as the day progresses and the event progresses, that demo area gets really, really dusty, and it just you can get kind of overwhelmed with it. Without There's a lot going on out there. So demo yard first thing Thursday. That's a recommendation. Probably the most important thing: wear comfortable shoes. You're going to
Mhm.
be walking a ton. Don't wear your work boots. Don't wear cowboy boots. I would wear some really, really comfy sneakers that you can, be in all day long and be on your feet. Trying to think what else. It wouldn't hurt to, maybe have like a battery pack with you. I think there's some spots where you can like, charge your devices, cameras, phones, things like that. But, have a backpack with, maybe a couple bottles of water in it, stuff like that. Maybe a couple snacks. There are some places to eat, but again, you could be, it seems like a 30-minute walk from one side of the building to where the food court is. So have some snacks, have some water, and have a book bag to put some things in, things like that. Don't bring any weapons. They do have security. Leave all your weapons in the car, off the property, whatever. So don't try to bring in knives and guns and things like that, because you won't get in. That's it. Have a plan. Stay hydrated. Bring snacks. Wear comfy shoes, and come to Merle's Whiskey Kitchen meet and greet on Tuesday at 3 p.m.
For the lodging, do you recommend downtown or a hotel closer to the expo center?
Man, that's
Where
tough.
have you stayed
Yeah,
in previous years?
I've done both, Paul. That's a tough recommendation because I've done both. I've stayed close to the exposition center. That's nice because traffic around Louisville can get crazy. And I've stayed downtown several years where, concerts are, restaurants, bars, things like that. Louisville is a huge city, a lot going on. So that's tough, Paul. It's a really tough question to answer because I've enjoyed both. It's nice to be downtown, to be able to walk to these events, like the Merle's Whiskey Kitchen meet and greet on Tuesday. I don't think you can walk to Mac's event, and then you could be staying downtown. You could walk to the YouTube rally where it's going to be. You can walk to the concerts. You can walk to 4th Street Live. So you don't have to worry about driving all over the place, getting stuck in traffic. But again, it's nice to stay near the expo because when you wake up, you're close to it. So this year I'm staying close to the expo. I'm changing up the last 3 years, I think 3-4 years. I stayed downtown. So I'm staying close to the show this year, and that's tough. You just gotta pick what would work best for you. I don't know that I can make a recommendation on either.
Mhm. And Naylor's YouTube rally is going to be at a different venue this year. I know he talked to you off air. I think he talked to you off air
Mhm.
about this. But ultimately, it's going to be at the same venue where the Big and Rich concert's going to be on Thursday evening. It's called the Kentucky International Convention Center, nicknamed the Kick, which is literally right on like 4th Street Live right there. So Naylor's going to be doing that Thursday evening. So there'll be a community-led event all the nights. Tuesday afternoon/evening, 3 to 6 at Merle's will be your 7th annual meetup. Cornell Mack's really picking up momentum with his bowling
Yeah.
meetup on Wednesday night. That was exploding last year. And then Naylor's YouTube rally will be Thursday evening. And Greg Chisholm is going to be attending this year, who's the actually originator of that event. This is his
Wonderful.
first time coming to the show since 2015, I think it is. And he's the one who kind of started all of this,
Yeah, the community stuff. Yep.
the community stuff, and filming himself pushing a 21-inch mower in a Miss Smith's backyard for $25. And he like pioneered. He's the first person that filmed himself cutting grass, and now there's like
Yeah, a
everyone and their
ton of
brother
people.
do it and whatnot. So he'll be at the YouTube rally. Is there anything we're leaving out with your event with Equip that I missed?
Um, Wednesday, so the first day of the show. I don't. I will say this: I don't have a lot of booth commitments this year. I wanted to be free to roam around, hang out with friends, go out to the demo yard, and just be free. So I'm not tied down to any booth commitments except for one, which I love doing every year. But Wednesday, I believe, Paul, I hope I'm not wrong. I believe it is because I just got the email last week, but I believe Wednesday, 2 to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, I will be at the Toro booth. So I love my Toro guys, the partnership that we have with them. They always roll out the red carpet for everybody, not just us that are affiliated with them, but literally, show attendees. Like their booth is always a spectacle to behold. So I'm going to be there Wednesday 2 to 4. So if I miss you at Merle's or whatever, and you want to catch up, come by the Toro booth. You can't miss it. It's one of the biggest in the entire show. But come on by there Wednesday 2 to 4.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And how's that spreader doing? I know you got the big old spreader.
The Spraymaster. I love that thing. It's like a Frankenstein machine. It's a lot going on. I remember when I picked that machine up, I was like, and I was seeing all the levers and dials and this and that and buttons and hoses, and I literally I looked at that thing, Paul, and I was like, what in the heck have I got myself into? You know, am I even smart enough to run this machine? But it is an amazing. eh, If I'm trying to think, how can it's literally like it prints money, if that's a good analogy, if you know what I mean. It is a money making machine. It's impressive what it does. I've not had any issues with it. Um, I take care of my equipment. I maintenance my equipment based on, you know, the instruction manuals and all that stuff to a T. Keep everything clean, and that pays dividends. But it has been an amazing machine, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So I do offer weed control and fertilization programs for properties. So I appreciate you asking that. So I enjoy that machine. It's complex, but it's simple at the same time.
Yeah, and it's simple is a nice word for your life because when I first had you on the podcast or was kind of getting to know your story, you had multiple crews in your state trooper career, and you were stressed, and now
100%.
you've downsized in manpower, but you are doing the outdoor services with the tractor and fertilization weed control. So who's your clients now? What kind of services are you offering with Mythgo?
So with MythGo and MythGo, like a lot of people ask me where I got that from. So it's MITHGO, MythGo, and it is is it not, what do they call it, an acronym? Anyways, it's like Nabisco, stands for National Biscuit Company. So MythGo it's just my name. It's the first two letters of my full name, Mitchell Thomas Gordy, and that's MythGo Outdoor Services. But anyway, so I got out of offering mowing services for hire. So that is literally the only thing that I stopped doing when I shut the doors on Mitchell's Lawn Care LLC, which is I don't want to say like my claim to fame because I'm not famous, but like when I got into social media, like I was known for Mitchell's Lawn Care.
Mhm.
But I closed the doors on it because I just wanted to drop the lawn care name because I wasn't offering mowing services. But I still do everything, you know, mulch installs, pine needle installs, you know, seasonal flowers. I added the you know, weed control and fertilization stuff. But probably, well, not probably, the biggest thing, the biggest change in when I made my pivot is offering tractor services. So I purchased a Kubota Grand L 4760 cab tractor, and it's in their compact lineup. So it's big enough to do the jobs that I wanted to do. However, it is small enough that I can drive on people's properties and not tear up their finished turf, which was huge. So a lot of guys ask me, man, why didn't you get a skid steer? Why didn't you get a skid steer? Skid steer, skid steer. I've heard it so many times. And I didn't want to have to um, always repair their property to do a small job. So that's why I went the tractor route. But Paul, coming back to your question, I'm offering, you know, bush hogging services, rough cutting or brush cutting. However, there's like 10 different names for that service with a rotary cutter. Um, so I've got some farms that I maintain their fields and things like that. I do, you know, storm debris cleanup, you know, brush cleanup. I've got a grapple for the front of the tractor. I do gravel driveway repairs, parking pad installs, you know, anything to do with gravel and like loose aggregate. Um, and what else? I've got an aerator for the back of it. So I offer turf aeration and lawn repair services. So there's a bunch of odd end things that I do with it. So tractor jobs, tractor services was the biggest pivot for me.
Okay. And then how many more years do you have with the state trooper? Because they have a forced exit, don't they?
It is. To answer your question first, I've got roughly 8 years left, and then I can retire. So I will be 51 years old when I retire, which is not old by any means. And it's either an age out at 55 or 30 years of service. So whichever you hit first, 30 years, but then you can save up sick leave. So I've technically, if I don't use my sick leave, technically I've got 10 years left, but
Okay.
with all the sick leave that I will have saved up, I'll be able to retire in 8 years. So I will hit my 30-year mark before I age out.
Okay. So is that kind of the plan, is then just to move right into Mythgo more full time, or are you gonna sit
I'm
on the couch
hoping
and watch TV all day?
I'm hoping I can move move on to the lake full time and do a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
boating and things like that, and enjoy the rest of my life, and then still do Mythgo part time. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's the plan. We were blessed and purchased a boat last year, so we've
Yeah.
got a really nice tri-tune. So we love going to the lake, and it's just really nice to enjoy my days off. So, but when I retire, I'm still going to keep Mythgo Outdoor Services going, just because I love it. I love the interaction with people. I love the before and after services of, coming in and either cleaning up something or fixing something, doing property beautification services, and seeing that reaction on a homeowner's or property owner's face, like when, their dream or their vision or whatever came true, or came to reality. So I'm still going to do those jobs, on a part-time basis. So, we're hoping to, maybe here in the next few years, get a little place at the lake. So, but yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's awesome.
What
What
about you, man? What
what
what is what's next for Paul?
man,
Put
it's
you on the spot.
yeah, I'm just taking one day, one day at a time. I think the most practical next chapter is finding me a woman and, getting married and all of that. And I want to have children. So, um, you know, first I need the wifey. So that's kind of my goals in life, is to get married and start having some kids. Would be the next chapter. I started a new YouTube channel for my golf hobby, which has been exploding. Like it's getting a ton of views, and people are recognizing me, like, for the golf, like out in public.
That's
You know what I mean?
awesome.
Like,
Good for
hey
you,
man, I
man.
watch your golf videos, and I'm like, wow, that it's just really cool.
Yeah.
And so that's taking off, and yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
Well, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you for I mean, you did a pivot too, in what you're doing, pursuing the golf thing. I think it's great, and I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, and I'm still going the Green Industry Podcast. We're still doing this every single day, and that was kind of like my first pivot in 2020. I was running my lawn care business every day, um, and I was mowing, edge, and trim and blowing. I didn't have, laborers doing everything. I was doing everything, and I was trying to do this podcast. So I switched more into the media role back in 2020 and just focused on serving the community with my podcast and content and things of that nature. So I've been doing this for a while, and I don't want to say I got bored, but the golf thing kind of like started me back up again. Like
Yeah.
starting the channel, I literally had 0 subscribers, and I'd make a video and it would get like 7 views. And it was just like the challenge of it. I was like, I want to get this thing rocking and rolling. And so now the golf videos, I just posted one a couple weeks ago. I had 203,000 views on a long form video. And they're like 20,000, 40,000 views. I mean, it's taken off. So we shall see
It's
what happens
outstanding.
with that. But I may have to start giving a little bit more effort toward that golf channel,
Yeah.
as it continues to grow.
That's outstanding, man. That's outstanding.
So that's kind of my update. But I'm looking forward to seeing you in Louisville. Hopefully we both get there safely. And
Well, I know you're gonna be busy, but I hope that sometime between that 3 to 6 p.m. period, you can come by Merle's and
oh,
say hey.
100%. I just got to figure out if it's going to be on the front end or the back end, because Naylor's event, I think it ends at like 4:30, and then I got to help him clean up. So I might have to come at the beginning, or I might have to come at the end. We'll see.
It's a live show, man. She this is Poot, our little Frenchie.
Hi, Poot.
She was at my feet.
Okay, now how many animals you got around there?
Just Poot and Hannah.
Okay. What about the cat? I
Oh,
thought
no,
there
no,
was
no. Yeah, and I'm sorry, and Stinky Pete, the cat.
okay, but Stinky Pete has to stay outside.
Yeah, man, he's got claws and he'll tear our furniture up.
Okay. But Pooh can come indoors?
Yeah, she don't have a choice. She's defenseless. She's got
Okay.
to come indoors. Yeah. Now we do bring the cat. We live out in the country, and then we're um, we've had you as a guest here a few times. So where we live out in the it's not too much the country, but it's a rural area. There's coyotes around here and foxes,
Oh,
stuff
wow.
like that. So we do bring Stinky Pete the cat in every night, but he stays in the garage. And
Okay.
don't worry, viewers, because Hannah spent like thousands of dollars and got the garage heated and cooled. So we have a mini split in our garage. So the cat will be warm this winter and it is cool this summer.
Okay. And then what kind
Yeah.
of wildlife do you see when you're brush cutting that farm, the tall brush there? Do you see any animals or wildlife when you're cutting through that?
Yeah. So we'll kick out, like flush out some, field mice and rabbits and things like that. But it's funny you ask because I've never had any issues with wildlife while I'm, brush cutting. But the my second quarter services that were back in when was that? In July. I saw the grass moving in front of me because it's really tall, thick grass,
Mhm.
and you can't get out and walk, 15, 20 acres, you just got to go mow.
Mhm.
And I see the grass moving in front of me, which is not uncommon because if like there's a rabbit or something in there, normally you'll see them like bolt out. And I don't slow down. Like I keep my pace. Like I got a job to do. Like I keep kicking it. Never had any issues. Well, I see the grass moving in front of me, and then I don't see anything go that way. I don't I don't see anything go that way. And the next thing I hear is like don't like a thud. Uh and I was like, I hope that was like a rodent or something. And before I shut the tractor down because I knew I had ran over it with my with the rotary cutter. Uh, I shut the tractor down and start to back up to see if I can see what I hit. And before I saw it, I smelled it,
Mm.
and I ran over a skunk and cut it up into a couple pieces. So yeah,
Okay.
it was not pleasant. And then my tractor and bush hog smelled like a skunk for many weeks after that. But
Wow.
yeah, so and tons of insects, man. When I get on these farms, like cutting this stuff, like thankfully I have a cab, but I'll get it looks like 1,000 grasshoppers or whatever, like all over the tractor. It's pretty wicked to see. And there'll be hawks like circling around because they're smart, man. They're so smart. Like they know that I'm flushing out like these little rodents, and sure as crap, man, you'll see a hawk come down like
Wow.
but yeah, so I get to see all kinds of stuff out bush hogging.
Yeah. It's satisfying that I know you're filming it from inside the cab because you don't it's not like you have Hannah out there to film it, but it's just satisfying to watch it go from
Yeah.
overgrown to shorter.
Yeah, and
So
I always pick because guys in the lawn care world, they preach about the 1/3 rule. You never should cut more than a third of your grass because you could stress it or cause it to what get diseased or stuff like that, but or kill it. But I used to joke because I'm coming into like 5 and 6 foot tall grass and heavy brush, and I'm cutting it down to like four inches. So way beyond the 1/3 rule. But that's the only thing you can do. You don't have a choice. But that's pretty resilient. You can't kill it. But it's a lot of fun, man. I love it. So it's crazy, like going into something where you literally can't even see what's in front of the tractor. And I'm always praying, like, man, especially on new properties, I have tore up more, rotary cutter blades than I care to admit because again, you can't walk these big, huge properties and find all the little hidden gems. You just gotta um, hope that the property owner is telling you right. But I've hit manholes for like sewers. The biggest thing is like riprap or the big like erosion control rocks.
mhm.
I've hit more of those than I care to admit. So going out on a new property is always like, I guess, hair raising because like I just like, oh, how much am I going to tear up today? But I love it, man. I really look forward to it because I got the AC going, I got the music going, so I love it. So just like you, like with going to the golf thing, like doing the mowing all the time. Like I still love mowing, but I just needed a new challenge. I just wanted something else to do, and I love it, man. I can't wait to go do the next tractor service. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
That's good. Was there anything else new we're leaving out here? No, we covered Merles, we covered Equip, we covered Mythgo. Anything
No,
else?
no, man. I'm just trugging along. I do I'll do a little selfish plug. So check me out on social media at mythgo_outdoor. And hopefully my kind host and friend right here will put my information down wherever it goes. But check me out on Instagram, YouTube at mythgo_outdoor. Because I do have some new things coming to the fleet here soon. One is going to land tomorrow morning, which I don't know when this show is going to air. I know it is live, so you guys watching right now, I do have something new coming to the fleet tomorrow morning, which will be Wednesday. And then later, maybe October, November of this year, I've got something really big to me happening. So stay tuned and check me out on Instagram. I love engaging with folks. So, hit me up and we can chit chat. I feel like I bring a lot of, good nuggets to the table. So if any advice I can give you guys that maybe, owner operator or, running a business part-time and you've got a full-time career doing other stuff and you're wondering how in the world do I manage this time? I'd love to talk to you. So hit me up and, I don't charge for all that. It's just giving back to the community. But yeah, check me out on Instagram, YouTube, because I got some good things coming.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate your time, and I'll talk to Naylor and figure out if it makes more sense for me to come closer to 3 or towards later on in the Merles. But try that fried chicken and mac and cheese. You said there's green beans too, or?
Yeah. So in case anybody tuned in late, Tuesday, October 21st, at the Equip Expo event. So if you're coming to Louisville at Merle's Whiskey Kitchen, Tuesday, October 21st from 3 to 6 p.m., 7th annual meet and greet. Come on down, sponsored by Jobber. And if you're the first 100 to show up, we're going to have fried chicken quarters, fried chicken tenders, mac and cheese, which is out of this world, green beans, cornbread, and then, some dipping sauces like ranch, barbecue, hot honey, which is delish. And then if you're 21 or older, you're going to get a drink ticket for an adult beverage valued at around $15. So you can go like top shelf on the liquor choices.
Cool. Well, I appreciate your time, Mitchell, and look forward to seeing you in Louisville on being at Merle's Tuesday, October 21st, between 3 and 6 p.m. So
yes, sir, man. Thanks for having me, and it's always fun to hang out with you for a little bit.
yes, sir. All righty. Well, I'm going to hit end stream. And are you a moderator in the Road to Equip on Facebook?
An admin, yes, sir. I'm one of the admins. Yep.
Okay, then I'll ask you to put this into the Road to Equip. I put it on my page and then I shared it to Road to Equip it, but one of y'all admins have to hit accept, I think, so it goes to the page.
Gotcha. Oh, selfish plug again. If you haven't registered, I got a code, Mythgo, MITHGO. Use the code Mythgo, save 50%. And I know Paul's got one. You can use his too.
Yeah, but use a code because otherwise you pay full price, so you can get half off.
Don't do that. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, so code Mythgo, MITHGO.
Yep.
I'll get you half off your ticket.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Well, thanks for watching on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I'm going to hit end